Hi everybody, it's Jeff from VW Bricks here. Today we're going to have another of my modular buildings. This is the eighth one in the series. This one is a olive green building but with accents of brown, gray, and white. And while that sounds a little bit yucky, it actually comes out quite nice. I kind of like the look of it. This building was started back in January of 2016, and we'll have a look at the images of it that I took during construction, and then we'll go look at the live view as usual. All right, so here we can see is the front facade of the building, and as I said, it's got the brown pillars and accents with olive green. Sorry if I said sand green, I meant olive. The gray highlights as well, plus white in the window frames and some other points of the building. This has two entrances, a store entrance, and then this will be the entrance into an apartment on the upstairs. Here's a side shot of it. Again, this is one of the buildings that will run along track. So I do make it a full-length building, and I put some windows on the sides so that people can look in and see the building, although it's not decorated or detailed, I should say, on the inside. But yeah, I do have these gray pieces. Most of the level here is existing from the first build. Like this is all stuff that survived through all the different build cycles, except for these excuse me, except for these gray vents here on the side. They get swapped out in a little bit, which is a top view. All right, so this is the next day. I'm starting to work on the second level. You can see these log bricks are in here as well as these white accents. These I do end up keeping, and they're just flipped around the other direction just to give it a better look and feel. And as you can see here, I've already done that, and I've decided to put some pillars in here, but they're upside down. They're off of this 3x2 plate with the curved end and the stud hole. And you know, trying to think what to say about this, but just trying to do a different design, and this kind of gives the pillars this offset in between the columns, so it has a bit of an interesting look. Use a front view of that as well. You can kind of see it. I'm also starting to do the back walls. There is a staircase already going up, and this plate ends up getting replaced later. At this point, I think I probably already started placing an order. This is now January 28th. When was the last one? January 17th. So this is a week later. I've done some planning or had some ideas. Let's go to the next shot. So January 29th, still working on this, obviously. I have extended these poles as well, and these white pieces will get replaced with brown, as well as these three columns will get replaced with brown as well as the building goes. I'm working on trying to figure out how to attach everything at the top. It's a bit of a trickery to go from half stud offset, or centered half stud offset into the top area here, and kind of keep it still as a column going up. But I did figure it out, and it's fairly structurally sound. So here's a shot of the front. Now I've added on to the third level as well on the 30th of January. And the third level pretty much stays the same, although I do swap out some of the brown up here with some white, which I think is in the next shot anyhow. No, that's just the side shot. Yeah, here we go. So we swapped out some brown with white. These are 2x4 sand green tiles that are on a hinge plate or a hinge brick, just to give an angle inwards. Just because I didn't have I didn't have olive green, not sand green. I didn't have olive green slopes really to do this, so I thought that was a nice little effect. And you can see some of the work up here that I started working on in order to build out the roof structure. Sorry, I'm looking at the picture because I'm trying to figure out if I actually kept those or not. Yeah, I did. These tiles are placed on here, so this is now February 9th. So this one actually took me a while to build. So I've now added in some diamond patterns. I'm not sure if they were already on the lower part here, but in white on the bottom and the olive green on the top. And I think in this last shot here, yeah, I've swapped out the columns with brown, so everything's done there. Still didn't replace this piece yet, but it is replaced now. So, and it's a lot of plate work in here, just to fill in stuff, because of the angle of these bricks, like the hinge plates here, or because of the angle of the hinges. It looks like that's why I had to go with a tile there. So I'll pull the piece off and we can have a look at it in the live shot, which we can actually do right now. Let's just change cameras. So here's our build camera. So the top is removable. Just a simple brown roof. Not much to it. There is, like I said, there is some work in here as well, so I tiled it off. You can see there's some headlight bricks on the inside, and those palisade log bricks, oops, you don't even know, watch. The log bricks are kind of down there that were originally on the second level. So let's just pull one of these off. Brick separator is my friend. Okay, so those headlight bricks are actually used to lock in the hinge plates. So they're in there, that holds the tile on. And then above that is a gray bracket coming down, and that holds on these plates. So there's a bit of a gap. There's not much I could do to fill that in. I think it's just because of the angles itself. You know, you can see the hinges inside of that. So it's kind of an interesting construction. There's a lot of extra work around this as well because, you know, there's I've had to lock those brackets in as well. Just a standard inside, nothing really decorated on this level. Let's just put that lid back on. The back of the building has just a simple window on the back. All right. The second and first level are joined together. Inside you can see there is a staircase and a back window with a little tiny balcony landing, but it's not really thick accessible. There's also a back door, some garbage bins in the back. And as I was saying, so these columns here are locked in with a half Technic pin at the bottom, and this is just, you know, your regular Technic cylinder, and then one of those support legs with a headlight brick, and then a 1x1, and then a jumper brick on top. So these don't actually lock into anything, but the headlight brick with the stud facing inward does lock into the locks into the Technic brick there. Now on the corner, slightly different. Again, just because I'm working on with two coming in on the same end, I've had to do some magic in there. So you can see there's a bit of in that corner there's a bit of a gap. And these are actually pointing outwards as opposed to inward. And technically, if you get close enough, you can kind of see, it's not hard to see, but they do bow out a little bit further than these other columns do. On the side, because it's only one long, I had to go with a Technic lift arm, a thin lift arm here, just to be able to hook this bar in, or to hook the column in. And also, I had to use these smaller slopes because these slopes don't exist in a one wide format. And I've also done some cheese bricks underneath as well in order to fit the angle of that point. And I've done the same smaller slope here with a bracket, just because, again, the actual structure, although this should be white, I'm just realizing. I should have changed this one out for white. Maybe I'll do that quickly. Maybe not. Oh yeah, there we go. I'll do that in a moment. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up this building. You can kind of see here how this column is. It's just a four-sided Technic Travis brick, I think they call them. That's used in there. And then on the inside here is just some structure in order to get everything to connect. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I will eventually, hopefully, decorate these maybe during the winter to prepare for one of the shows I might go to this year. But I'll be doing a few videos today, trying to get some videos in the queue so that I can drop some through the week when I might not be able to do so otherwise. So we'll talk to you later, and have a great day.